Aries, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So my Boston cream peanut butter jelly cookie, this is going to be your reading from November 9th to the 29th. This is going to be your last Mercury retrograde reading. What's going to happen for you? I'm going to see the main challenge, past, present, and future, clarify all the cards, and get some final advice. Ariana, how you doing? My Boston cream looking all this so yummy. So Aries, let's see what's going on for you. If you remember back in March and in April, that I think it was the first Mercury retrograde was in your sign. That was a tough one. You know what I'm saying? Some sassy shit out there. So let's see how this is gonna look out for you. Aries, we also had, I think it was a solar eclipse happening on, I think it was on April 7 or 8. A lot has happened in your birthday season this year. So I think Mercury retrograde is something that does really affect you, but we're not gonna let no little planet out there try to control us. We're gonna be the big boss here, and we're gonna see what is it that we are gonna do to make our lives better. I'm saying some sassy shit out there. So my fellow fire sign, let's see what's going on. Okay, so Aries, the main energy and the challenge during this Mercury retrograde is the Queen of Cups. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Cups, okay? So Aries, there is a lot of love in the air for you. Some of you are dealing with the water sign. I'm seeing here a strong Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Could be another fire sign, possibly a Capricorn. I do see here that there is this energy of I want to be in love again, and I'm ready to fall in love again. For many of you, there could be a reconciliation happening. For a lot of you, you have the Three of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Three of Cups, Four of Cups. So I feel like this reconciliation has a lot to do with somebody specifically from the past that you had a very rough journey with. It was very difficult, okay? I think that there was this sense of confusion, this sense of rejection here that you experienced with this person specifically in the past. For many of you with the Six of Cups, this is somebody that's coming back from the past. I've already talked about this in other videos. I don't need to go on and mention and remind people that these readings are general. They're not going to resonate with everyone. And when I say things are going to happen, they happen for the people who have the right mindset, okay? So I don't think I need to tell you that. You already know this, dear Aries. So I do see here somebody resurfacing from the past, a person that neglected you, or there was some sort of a rejection. Now, there is a lot of love. We're going to clarify and see how this is going to unfold for you. In the recent past, Aries, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. So in the recent past, it looks like very much with what I was just saying, there was this separation between you and this person. Somebody here abandoned the relationship and walked away. There could have been long distance relationship. Maybe this person was living in other side of the world. I'm also getting here for a very, very small portion of you. There could have been a relationship that was developed online, like through an online platform, some sort of a dating app, hookup app that turned into more dating, or I don't know what I'm getting, that I'm getting the internet energy here, like online presence, doesn't have to be. Now, for many of you, there was some sort of a distance between you and this person. I do see here a lot of you not seeing clearly the future for both of you, kind of where both of you are going to go to. We're going to clarify this shortly in a moment. Now, in the present moment, you have the Five of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. You're going through a lot. You're going through a lot, Aries. You're not necessarily showing that because you're like a tough cookie too. But you are experiencing internally a lot of flashbacks, a lot of memories. I think the biggest thing here for you, Aries, is trust issues that you have in regards. I think, okay, I'm going to put it this way. When it comes to falling in love, when it comes to being in love again, Aries, I do see here you having a hard time of like, sometimes you might say to yourself, you know what, I'm just done. I don't think I want to be in love again. I'm done. It's just too much stress. It's just too much work. Let me just go and do something fun, you know? So definitely an emotional loss. You just feel like there is this sense of loss between you and this person. We're going to get back to this and clarify shortly. Now, in the near future, during the next 3 weeks, you have the Queen of Wands, the Death, and the Queen of Swords. This is literally tit or tat, they say, like this or that. Like this is going to be either completely taken off, or some of you are going to choose to completely walk away from this situation. Okay, with the death card here, something is transforming for sure, especially we are in Scorpio season right now. There seems to be a desire for a face-to-face conversation. You got the two queens here. Respectfully, I am going to mention that for some of you, this could be a same-sex situation. Doesn't have to be. Now, in the near future, I do see here a major decision. Both of you are going to either choose to change whatever it is that needs to change. You on your end, them on their end, and move forward, or you're going to just completely end to it. But I do see here a lot of desire and persistence. Someone here is persisting about reconciliation with you. So let's get into your juicy reading and see what is it that you need to know, dear Aries. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And I just saw the Strength card when I was splitting the deck, so some of you might be dealing with the Leo. So let's clarify the Queen of Cups for you, dear Aries, and see what is it that you need to know. So the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Fool, the Queen of Cups again, and the Four of Cups. You do want to be back with this person, and you have the Justice here, Libra energy. This is someone that seems to be very indecisive that you were dealing with, Aries, okay? Whoever you were dealing with, they seem to have been very on and off with you, kind of a little bit inconsistent, or maybe they used to be an emotional wreck, okay? Now, the Fool, the Queen of Cups, what did I say in the beginning, Aries? Y'all just know we all get straight to the point. A lot of you, like I said, are going to be open to love, to have a brand new beginning here. You see the Queen of Cups is looking to the Fool. The Fool is you, okay? The firstborn, you are not only the opener of the zodiac, the firstborn, but also in tarot, because the Fool is the first card in tarot, in major arcana. So it's the beginning of a person's journey. It's a brand new beginning, and that's what you truly want. However, I think a fear of rejection is kind of at the back of your mind. You see there is the Four of Cups right behind the Queen of Cups. There is this fear of rejection that some of you may have, and you still are open to love. You still want to work things out with this person, take it to the next level. Okay, and I think that a lot of you are going to be in your feelings. I'm just going to keep it very real. That's what I'm strongly getting here. Now, Aries, let's talk about the recent past. I'm going to clarify the Five of Pentacles for you in the recent past. I do see here there was this sense of like loneliness and like sadness and things that didn't work out between you and them, just causing you to feel a certain way. Okay, so somebody here also financially struggled, could have been the other person. So it's clarified by the Page of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Three of Wands. You know, it was one of those connections that the chemistry was definitely there and everything hit it off very strongly, very passionately. And the ending here was so painful and it was so difficult to navigate through that it kind of left you in a shock. You know, you have the Three of Wands here, Aries, and the Two of Wands. So this is giving me long distance relationship or a relationship and a connection with this person that really kind of like made you feel as if like you both could feel each other's presence as if they were like right next to you, even though there was a lot of physical distance between you and this person. Okay, everything started off great, but also, you know, I think you just went down so bad. Now, the Two of Wands, you could be someone that you live in the East Coast or you live near where there is like body of water. That's what I'm strongly getting here. What do you see in the Two of Wands? I'm saying, so the Two of Wands is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. In the recent past, I do see here that you and this person really wanting to reconnect back again to each other. And maybe at a certain point, you and this individual, I'm seeing here Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, reconnecting back again. This person showed up back into your life. You have the Six of Cups, and it just didn't work out the way that you anticipated. Something here just was not really working out in the way that you really believed or hoped for. And that's why you have the Eight of Swords. You kind of felt like the more you were having this on and off situation with this person, or the energy was becoming very, what's the word? Like blinding. Like it was kind of covering your eyes. You couldn't see clearly in front of you, you know? So let's talk about the Eight of Swords for you in the recent past. The Eight of Swords is clarified by the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. You wanted to manifest this. You wanted to make it work. A lot of you set an intention to manifest to a brand new beginning. But you know, again, you were dealing with somebody with the Two of Pentacles that was constantly being on and off, or there was a lot of inconsistency between you and this person. You know what I mean? A lot of inconsistency. And it just was not working out the way that you had anticipated. For many of you, I do strongly feel like here that in the recent past with the Eight of Swords, you also had a lot going on in your life. I don't know, you were maybe in some sort of a project, you were working into something, you were working towards something. And this situation here added a lot of stress. You just wanted to have a stress-free, crystal clear relationship with this person. Somebody here constantly being wishy-washy and on and off, it really drove you mad. I'm saying, so let's talk about the Five of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. You're going through a lot right now, okay? A lot is going on for you. So let's talk about the Five of Cups for you. You seem to be nostalgic and kind of missing this person internally. Some of you might get a little bit emotional. The Five of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. I think, honestly, may not resonate with everyone, but one of the biggest disappointments that you have with this person is trust issues. You're kind of disappointed in how things ended between you and this person, and it has a lot to do with the Seven of Swords energy, Knight of Swords. Somebody here might have said something. I'm seeing here an external third-party situation invading. Somebody here invaded. There was an invasion is the word, right, into this connection that really affected you and them. You know what I mean? So with the Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands, this is about the fact that for a lot of you, this situation here in the present moment, like you're seeing it for truly what it is. You kind of feel like that you had a hard time trusting with this person because maybe they were either keeping in touch with someone from the past or maybe they got distracted. I'm getting here an external figure affecting this person to either lie to you or forcing them to not tell you the truth. It could have been a mother figure, it could have been a feminine figure, somebody that really affected your person. That's just what I'm getting. Now, you have the Seven of Swords here again in the present moment. And I think that, in this month, maybe there was a lot of questions that are coming up, a lot of things resurfacing from the past that are making you question things. So let's clarify the Seven of Swords in the present moment during this Mercury retrograde, clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Page of Pentacles. Some of you are dealing with the Cancer. I feel like this person has great intentions for you, but maybe they were at a point where they kind of emotionally were not really stable, and you felt emotionally manipulated by this situation. I'm just gonna say it is what it is. We're not here to point fingers. Not all Cancers are like that. Not all Aries are like that. Or we cannot generalize the sign. We cannot say all of these signs are like this. No, can't. I'm playing some sass issues. Not on my channel. Now, in the present moment, dear Aries, for a lot of you, I do see here wanting to give this situation a second chance, but you gotta make sure that this person is not involved with any other individual. You wanna make sure that this person is free, they're available, you are available, so that you make yourself available for them. Nine of Swords, you seem to be, again, a lot of things that you maybe kind of suppressed, dear Aries, they are resurfacing, they're coming up to the surface. So let's clarify the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords in the present moment, dear Aries, is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo again, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I feel like that for a lot of you, your biggest fear that you're really stressing out about when it comes to this person, dear Aries, what if they walk away? What if they disconnect from me? What if I want to give them a new love and we have a brand new beginning and they disconnect and they disappear and they ghost and things end between me and this person? Because I feel like you just don't want to put yourself in this situation back again. For many of you, it's been very challenging. It's been very difficult to really be in this energy of 100% full force, all hands on deck, moving forward with this person because of the situations and how actually things ended and unfolded between you and this person in the past. Now, let's talk about the near future. This is very significant. You have the Queen of Wands, the Death, and the Queen of Swords. So a major decision that's going to lead to either a brand new beginning, reconciliation, or completely putting an end to this. So the Queen of Wands here in the near future is clarified by the Two of Cups, the Hangman, and the Moon. Again, you want to understand what's hidden from you. The Moon here is talking about the hidden stuff, the hidden things that maybe we don't really see, right? You see the Two of Cups. Of course, there is a lot of love. There is a strong sense of partnership, relationship, but you seem to be really hesitant getting back into this connection the same way that you did before in the first place, because something here you feel like is hidden from you. That's the moon and the hangman. You are trying to see this situation from a different angle. You're doing your best to give this situation another chance and really to see, how can we work through this? How can we process it and create the best case scenario for us? I do see here for you in the near future, you kind of like wanting to go really slow, and the moon, maybe something is going to be really something related about the moon. Something about the moon here, very significant for you. I think you might be even trying to connect the dot to see like how spiritually are we connected? Like, why did this person come into my life, and what is the meaning of this relationship? Now, the death card here in the near future, dear Aries, is clarified by the 10 of Cups, the Lovers again, and the 7 of Wands. There is a lot of resistance. There is a lot of resistance when it comes to this person here. I do see here for many of you, you truly would want to have family and settle down with this person, maybe children. There's a very strong sense of like, I want to be in a successful relationship. I want to make it happen. However, I'm also noticing a pattern of resistance. Having your guard up, Aries. Maybe this has a lot to do with the family dynamic that you grew up in, or the previous relationships that happened between you and other people, and that kind of left a trait within you. Something's got to transform and change. I'm seeing here Gemini energy, Scorpio energy. Could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer. There is a lot of love. But something's got to change, because I feel like someone is being very stubborn, or someone is being kind of resistant when it comes to making the necessary changes in order for them to be with you. Something is transforming. In this Scorpio season, this is very significant, Aries, for a lot of you. Let's talk about the Queen of Swords. Let's not drag it. Let's get straight to the point. I'm just kind of curious. Queen of Swords, Aries. You have the King of Swords at the bottom. It's about being very logical and crystal clear, and not letting the emotions or the situations or the patterns from the past to dominate and to control us, to affect your decision. So, the Queen of Swords in the near future, Aries, is clarified by the Tower, Scorpio energy, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. And the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Wow. And that's you, Aries. The Emperor is the Aries' card in tarot. Tower, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces with the Knight of Cups. So here is the thing. This relationship carries the potential to be saved and to really, really have something worked out. However, something's gotta change, crumble down, demolish, transform. You see the Tower here shows two people falling down, right? And it's literally, the Tower has been coming up in almost every sign's reading, and we are in Scorpio season. This is about scorpionic energy, which is really propelling us, and when the sun is in each sign, that's the energy and the effect we are all getting. Transformation. What do we need to change? What do we need to transform, right? So I do see here for many of you in the near future, having this face-to-face conversation with this person. I think there is going to be a conversation, but this is going to be like the final straw, the final decision, like where you both are going to move towards, because there is a strong sense of like, I want to be independent, I want to make my own money, I want to do me, but also I want to be in a loving relationship. And it's all about bringing things into balance for both of you. If you found yourself being overly invested into a connection, constantly overextending yourself, I think in this specific situation, what you're learning, Aries, is to say no when you really want to say no. Say no, and I'm setting boundaries when I really need to set boundaries. You know what I mean? It's easy, especially as fire signs, to get carried away with the emotions and with the feelings, but it's as much as equally as important to really say, you know what, I'm gonna take a time out. I need to really, we need to navigate through this one step at a time, because I don't want to put myself in a situation where, again, I'm having trust issues. Now, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Aries, is the Three of Swords. So I'm getting here a strong sense of reunion, and I'm gonna keep it real as I always do. Just make sure that this reunion is not just based off of just getting physical together and that's it, because you do it so good. You gotta make sure that what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, this reconciliation or this reunion doesn't come with the deluxe or VIP package full of confusions and uncertainty. You know, I'm also getting here for some of you, you're gonna quit drinking with the Four of Cups. You or someone is gonna quit drinking, quit maybe consuming substance abuse. It is right now 2:22 on my timer, 2:22 p.m. not a.m. 222 could be very significant for a lot of you. And I think this person has been doing a lot of thinking. That's what's gonna really make them come towards you. They've been doing a lot of internal thinking. And I think the way that they rejected you, the way that things ended, there is something here that this person wants to confess and they're realizing about that. Okay, they're gonna communicate that. Let's get into your advice. Let's see what is the advice for you, dear Ariana Boston Cream. Okay, so you have the Five of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Now, here is the thing. I think this is very important. First of all, the moon here, okay, so the Chariot, the Seven of Wands. I just want you to take a look at this for a second, and I want you to just remember what I'm about to say. Seven of Wands, the moon, and the Chariot. Remember when I said with the moon here, you do want to commit to this person, but there is something that's hidden, something that you didn't know, you're going to try to understand. With the moon, I think it's clear right now what it was. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. External, jealous people trying to ruin your relationship. People who saw the potential that you could have with this person, getting married, settling down. I don't know why I'm getting, or also from your person's end, from their side as well. People who were trying to negatively affect and influence and impact on this relationship. Whatever was hidden, I think that's gonna come to the surface. Once this person confesses that maybe they were influenced by certain people or certain voices, right, that affected them, I do see here you moving forward with the Chariot energy, okay? Putting all of these struggles and all of these questions and uncertainty behind both of you and moving forward with the Chariot energy. The Chariot here is talking about having the confidence and the vision in front of you to move forward. And this is about putting the past behind, charging forward, taking control of a situation, moving forward. I do see here, you know, you overcoming the doubts and the fears. And when this person comes towards you, you're going to pay attention to the energy they're coming in towards you, the frequency, the vibration. There is a lot of honesty that I see here, this person coming in towards you, because this is somebody that's part of your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Swords. Okay, so I do see here that this person also wants to close off this beefing, whatever beef you guys had together, whatever conflict that existed between you and them, to put an end to this and to move forward and be able, you know, to get into this relationship successfully. Okay, so the advice for you is to be patient. I know that's not the easiest thing, but I think that within the next 3 weeks, something is going to be revealed to you. Now let's get the Shaman Oracle message here. I'm going to pull one card for you for this Mercury retrograde to see what is it that you need to know. So you have empty well, time to replenish. Okay, so during this Mercury retrograde, literally this is very powerful card for you, dear Aries. It is about nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. If you feel like that you have been depleting, because as an Aries, I think I have Aries people in my life, friends, very loyal. Always the first one to reach out, always the first one to, if you need help, they'll drop everything they're doing and run and help. Because I think that, you know, Aries is, you embody this courageous, like bold sign. But sometimes Aries, you may give so much of yourself that you feel depleted and not getting the ideal reciprocation from certain people. So it's time for you to nurture yourself and to replenish what you truly want to replenish and to focus on you. I do see here with this replenish energy, you're doing activities and things for you to really, you know, nurture yourself. Maybe that's getting a massage, going out for jogging, running, you know, eating healthy, meditating, doing more breath work, and filling your cup first before you keep anyone else's cup, before you fill anyone else's cup. Before you do the filling, you got to do the chilling. I like that. Oh, I love that. I'm going to write it down. Before you do the filling, you gotta do the chilling. You know what I'm saying? The crazy stuff that will come out during your reading. So that's what I had for you. My cutie patootie Boston cream looking all this so good. Love you so much, Ariana, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.